Because there's two things that I haven't done yet specifically.
I mean, you could end on the fun one.
Yeah, the one that you were just blinking on.
Yeah.
And then that. Yeah, and then there's the other one, which is more ferocious.
Oh,
if
okay,
you
I think. Yeah. RAR?
Those, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay.
Those are the two that I know that I can get to without having to repeat certain actions, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking. I know how to get to those two also.
Yeah, I know how to get to those two also, but I don't know if I want to. I might do the fun one. I know what I am gonna do the fun one instead of getting RAR. That can be for somebody else.
Yeah, someone else can do that. I mean, you know what? No, I won't say anything because this is gonna be the first set of videos for the Let's Play. So, in case anyone hasn't played Slay the Princess, then we won't spoil anything for them. So we're just gonna turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Lie! I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is
Oh, you saw
wrong.
this already.
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Screw them.
Wait, isn't Johnny unemployed?
Shut the fuck up. We don't talk about that.
I joke. With that said, get a job. Anyway.
You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. Good. Maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me into the woods and asking me to kill somebody for them.
That one?
Yeah.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And last I checked, you're part of everyone too. So if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well.
I don't care about living.
But fine.
Damn.
You turn around and trek
You
back
good,
down
bro?
the path you came.
No.
Oh.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
It's like Soul Calibur. Soul Bond.
Oh yeah? Well, I'll just start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to keep trucking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now,
Now there
you're
goes the
making
music.
the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you?
Yada yada
Doesn't matter
yada.
how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Correct.
You've doomed us all. You know that, right?
Good. Doom us all.
Otherwise, you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Womp womp.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Damn, that's crazy, huh, Johnny?
Yeah.
You're on a path, you're here.
Uh, Disney. You aren't kidding. She really actually ended the world. Last time, didn't she? What the hell is she?
Last time? Last I checked, there wasn't any last time. We've just met, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
Dude, I love the Contrarian so much.
He's so funny.
The
If by
Contrarian
ruining
is
my
so
day,
funny.
You mean ruining everyone's day forever? Then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm staying in the woods forever.
I think that's
Is
the
that-
same where if you try to walk away from the cabin, because technically with that wall you can't leave the cabin, so this is just you refusing to go to the cabin. So I think it's the same thing as the last time where you just tried to walk away. So I think you can only just go to the cabin.
Okay, but go up, those walls weren't here last time. You can't just
What are
force
you
me to go to the...
talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin.
A warning. Before you go, she will... If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
And we love him for it.
Let's keep an open mind.
I love him so much.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
It's just like me, for real.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feet.
This time we won't go to the mirror.
Perched on that table.
Oh, now that we have the Contrarian, you're not gonna... Okay.
The blade.
Actually, no, we'll go
I was
just...
gonna say, I'm gonna
Leave
assume
it
that
if you want to do this right.
your
If he wants us
intention.
to take it, maybe
No,
just
I forget what...
collect dust.
Whoa, that's
Yes.
weird.
Cool.
Throw it out
So like
the
if you move
window.
the
Oh,
mouse, if you
Good
move
as
the
a
mouse
knife
around, like
if
the
the world
environment
ending
moves with
was
you,
gossip
but I didn't
anyway.
realize like this happens in the stranger's cabin. That's
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
I hope you all watching this get motion sickness. Just kidding. All right, we're done.
Go to the mirror, because I forget what the his responses to the mirror
Seen this
is.
place. We have literally no idea.
He-
what
it's
to
probably the
expect
same thing
and
as always.
no
He just says, "Oh, there's
idea
nothing
what we're
there."
Dealing with.
No, I'm saying the contrary, whatever the...
The
Dealing.
Contrarian?
A princess.
Yeah, that bitch.
How many times do I have to
Damn.
explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. And when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the
I like how
stressful
the
geometry and
Contrarian can be
stay
described
calm.
in one sentence. But what if I didn't?
How? Even if we closed our
Or what
eyes,
if we
you're
did,
constantly
depending on what the
describing
narrator's
it to
saying.
us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't
Oh.
hard.
You good?
Yeah, no, it legit just froze for me for a while, so I don't know what the hell just happened.
Good.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Now,
It's on
whenever you're
recording.
ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
So now, approach the mirror.
Let's ask about the mirror because I want to hear what the second voice in her head has to say about it.
We should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a
It would be
mirror.
funny if that's the
There's
only
table,
thing that he
the
says.
blade sitting on the table, and the
Yeah,
top
for
of the
real.
basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Johnny.
Approach the mirror. We've already heard those
Walk
three.
up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
And then touch it.
Funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Take the blade
We're
out of the
gonna-
basement.
Enter the basement. We're not taking the blade with us this time.
This time. This
The
time.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web.
What the
Staircases all
fuck?
built for unidentified
So, just as a thing for TJ, I've never seen this one. So this is all new to me.
Here seems
Perfect.
To belong.
Great way to
The
end it
closer
then.
you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Is it now?
I love that. He adds that to every single one. Even the ones where it's
Not e-
obviously a great basement. It's like...
Did he say that about the damsel though?
Yes. He did. He made like a small little comment of why... No, he said it's still a basement. So slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave.
Like the... Nope.
This feels
No,
wrong.
thank
This
you.
feels
Nope.
like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Alright. Soft stairs to the right, harsh stairs to the left, or center staircase?
Let's do the soft stairs to the right.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your
Alright, but
heels
super
from one step
soft
directly
stairs
to the
sound like a
next.
nightmare because you
You
would
barely
be
have to
so...
expend any
It would be
effort
so
to
easy to trip
descend,
and fall down
the
them.
stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern you might slip or tumble or lose your way.
Oh, this is a different kind of soft. Okay.
But the further
I was thinking more like
the deeper you
carpet.
sink in.
I was thinking like
First,
pillows.
it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down, barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal
It's like
bliss,
being in a bouncy
intending
castle.
to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence.
That is exactly what it's like to jump into a bouncy castle.
Yeah, for real.
Going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
They're trying to get up when other kids are bouncing on the bouncy castle and they won't let you stand up.
slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Damn,
Time
that's
disappears,
crazy.
and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Uh-huh.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
Whoa.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
I like the music for this,
I was just about to ask you if going down the different staircase would lead to a different outcome.
The princess.
It
Eyes
might,
bright,
but it
otherwise
all,
shrouded in
I don't know.
darkness,
I really don't
watches
know.
you impatiently for
We'll,
the
we'll have
answer
to
in
explore
face.
that when this is all finished.
At another day, because we've been here about 3.5 hours now.
And
This
why
is
are
true.
we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
Although I can just load the save point.
You're here to...
That's what I was thinking of
Yes,
doing.
we remember,
Oh, okay.
Though I'm still not sure.
Like after we finish the video.
Gotcha.
Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was here. What's your name? Getting down here was weird, like I was being pulled apart to put back together again. What do you know what happened to me? For all I know, you're locked up here for a reason. Do you know why you're here? You apparently threaten the world. I was here to slay you. Getting down here was weird.
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
As the princess speaks
The
again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this.
We can do that?
It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it.
Well, fuck you too.
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality.
Womp womp.
But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
I love that. Is it all the same options? What's
Except
Hello-
for,
oh.
Oh, but notice
trying-
how there's 3 different actions that you take.
Ooh. Hold on, go back up. There are more of you now.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best. I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going.
I do.
Uh,
Where's the
Which is why
smitten
we
when you need
to
him?
slay her now before things get more complicated
Orgy.
than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start?
Correct.
We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
What's your name? Oh, I'm gonna keep asking her more questions.
If you'd like. Princess. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
Oh, so that's the voice of the cold.
None of them have names. How astute.
Well, no, I'm just being sarcastic. It's like if she had a voice of the cold, that would be her.
Yeah. For all I know, you've been locked up here for a reason. Do you know why you're down
Oh, so
here?
you're just going through all of it.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I want to see how many fractures I can make of her.
Right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
God damn.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
If I let you out here, what are you gonna do?
Yep.
Are you looking for the truth? Or are you looking for the right answer?
That is a question everyone should be asked.
For
At
real.
some point or another in their life.
What do you want me to say? That I'd be a good person? I'm a prisoner here, and whether or not you shoved me down here, you're practically my captor at this point. Anything I'd say is tainted by that. Besides, you already know what I'm going to do.
If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and...
I wonder if there's gonna be one more right in the middle of the crazy girl and the sad girl.
Whose buttons are there for us to
Like right
press?
here?
Whose skin is there for us
Or
to
like
get
right
under?
here?
I can't see your cursor.
You can't see my cursor?
Nope.
That's tragic.
So,
Exactly how I'd put it.
so
I don't disagree.
there's 3 in the bottom and 2 on top. I'm talking about the 2 on top if there's gonna be
Oh,
one more in
Jesus.
between.
Seems to make things
Where that
worse.
shackle is.
Yes.
Okay.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
And now we only have the option to try and free her, leave her in the basement, and retrieve the blade all at once.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
True, he's right.
This is true.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others,
they just don't fit. They just don't fit.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't.
Ooh.
It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Oh, so you fucked around and found out. Got it.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I don't know why, but that made me think of the seagulls from Finding Nemo.
Mine.
Please. Oh, god damn.
No. It's gonna be okay. I'll do my best. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. No, you're going to destroy everything. I'm not gonna. I'll do my best.
Nope. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Johnny?
It's going to be okay. Trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
It's not the end. Whatever is on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay. It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side, it's going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. You're not messing with us, right?
Did you watch all of Markiplier's playthrough? Like the entire thing? All? Like,
Yes.
To the very, very end?
Yes.
Okay.
Key and I both watched it.
You are nothing at all. I mean, hey, I know that. You don't have to remind me of it, jerk. But that
And
isn't
here
right.
comes.
You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection.
Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image of the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass.
So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever see you. What are you doing? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I didn't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you a part of me or something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? I have met you so many times. Have you been the same all along? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? What is this place? Where are we?
And if you don't want to ask any questions, you could just destroy the mirror.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Scroll down a little bit. Keep scrolling. Are you a part of me or something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
Scroll down. Versions of you, you've said that before, so I really was meeting different yous.
You were, and it was by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Do you have anything to say for yourself? For all this hubris, after everything you've done to us, you think you deserve to live? What are you? Are you something like me? If it's not me, then what are you? I have many questions for you. So most of these just the same fucking questions.
Yeah.
Hold on. That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I
True.
know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me, I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Source, trust me,
Pretty
bro.
bold. Do you have anything to say for yourself for all this hubris?
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
I have so many questions for you.
Then ask them, and make it quick. I won't last for long now that you can see me.
Does it hurt when pieces of you break like this?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
I was made for a singular task. Who made me? What am I? What are you talking about?
Oh,
Are you?
Quiet.
No,
The god-
it's fine. I wanted that one to begin with, but
Okay.
I realized there was new ones.
Okay.
All right, hold on. I think you're out of time. I'm not gonna slay her. I want you to know that before you die for good. Rest easy. I'm going to destroy her. Rest easy. I'm lie. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks of all this. I haven't decided yet.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with a newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you.
Proceed to the cabin one last time.
When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Damn.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Or I've missed you too. Do you know of the echoes? Did you hear our conversation? I am the long quiet, but I don't know what that really means. What happens now? I've missed you too.
She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue.
Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I am the long and quiet. I really do not know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There are so many stories left unfinished. Can we really just leave? You don't know. You don't you have to say in I can't fucking read.
Hamana, 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 hamana.
Yeah. Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling onto me? Let's talk this through. I still have many questions, and I need answers before I make a choice. If I let you out, the world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked in? All of them would have led to this moment. There was another way. Can't we just come? This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting out. I won't do it. And there's the slay a princess part. I think it's time for us to leave this, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. Right, scroll back up. There are so many stories left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling onto me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Let's talk this through. I have so many questions. I need answers before I make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours.
You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach. And you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
I think the way it works is after a certain amount of things you do, like a certain amount of explores, it moves forward anyway.
I think so too. That's what I was just doing.
In every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again.
Yeah, so I'm sure you've realized that what we're seeing right now is the princess's perspective in these moments of when we were attacking her or doing whatever. Oh god.
You reflected it back for a brief moment. Both of us were everything. We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
Explore the vessel's appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death. Just reject her authority. Argue with independence. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I exist without you. Reject her. Go to the first one.
I prefer this one, to be honest, with all of them.
Yeah, to be quite honest with you, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm just to be everything at once is the same as being nothing at all. Why would you rather us? Why would either of us want that? To contain everything is to contain every evil alongside every good. We cannot shed the confines of our old selves and create. I don't understand you then, but I think I understand you now. You seem in pain. I am sorry for what I did to you, but it was the only way I could do. I couldn't understand you then, but I think I understand you now.
You saw with a single pair of eyes what you needed dozens to comprehend. And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them open. A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it.
So from here on out, folks, Johnny's gonna be the main commentary boy going forward. I'm just gonna be along for the ride. I am the flesh puppeteering this game for him. He's gonna be making all the decisions, and I'm just gonna kind of take a back seat while Johnny does his thing here.
Wait, wasn't I already doing that to begin with?
Well, yeah, but now there's a reason why I'm not talking.
Sacrifice everything you thought was used to set you free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
Address the vessel's statement directly. But without redemption, there is no sin. If I'd known what you were, I would have never freed you, and I would sacrifice everything to free you again. Third option.
And yet there is nothing left for you to sacrifice, so long as you accept me with open arms. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
Again, address the vessel statement directly. Just for like a heads up, I'm gonna choose to talk to them directly from everything.
Okay.
The path is just a metaphor. I want to protect them. I don't want to keep everyone still. What does the path matter if it's always ending? If it always ends? I don't want to keep still. I don't want to keep everyone still.
Nor should you. Nor should I. Our purpose is to be and to experience. And their purpose is the same. Your liver takes a stake into your body. And another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
Wait a minute, she only had one hand when she did that. Hang on, alright, hang on. I'm gonna go back to being a puppet in a minute, but holy shit, she only had one hand.
So did she have one hand and the other one? But yeah, there were two hands when Headless Woman was talking and showing us this image.
I assumed that was him handing her the knife.
No, if it was him handing her the knife, it would have been the Talon's hands.
Well, I mean, like handing, because you handed her the knife when she chopped her head off. Oh, wait, no, you slid it across the ground. Never mind, ignore me. Alright, I'm a flesh puppet again.
But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I was blinded by notions. We both knew that. I want that feeling back. That feeling never left me. That feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight with me. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together. Hand in loving hand.
I want to continue, so don't stop this fight early.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
Boundless torrent of blades catching from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On it goes until your thoughts are not your thoughts are not you. Alive, dead, alive.
Is it just me, or is she really quiet?
No, I was just about to say that.
You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
If you hadn't snatched that body away, we would have killed each other. We were self-destructive. It felt so good to finally win, even if it was going to cost me my life. Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle meaning. Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle meaning.
And even then, what we saw was not an ending. When I thought I had reached an unconquerable peak, you showed me how much further I could still climb.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Okay, I'm ready to leave, but I'm ready to go, but how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? I cannot let this happen. I cannot let everything die. I have to fight for a better world. I'm sorry. You are cruelty itself. I cannot let you exist. I do not know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It cannot be this. It cannot. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. That option.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Explore, which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
You have no idea how good it is to hear you. I can do this.
Oh,
Sorry.
you.
No, it's fine.
paused.
It was gonna be that option anyways. I just wanted to read what was left of it.
She's too many
That's
things
the one
all
I
at once
picked
out
too.
here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
Don't click anything yet until I say which one. I'd like that for old time's sake. Is it just you and me? Did anyone make it to the cabin? Is the narrator really gone? Do the first one. Do the explorer. I'd like that for old time's sakes.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just
Click that
us.
one.
I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Good riddance. I actually know how he's feeling. I don't exactly know how to feel about him being gone. It's funny, after everything he put me through, it's kind of sad to see him go. It's funny, after everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go. Yeah, that
it's
option.
complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Enter the basement without the blade.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the stairs.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Jeez, you don't have to
Sit
sound
with
so
her.
bitchy about it. Damn.
It's good to finally see you again. I'm sorry for all the times I hurt you. I don't. Oh, hold on. I don't think I want to be a god. Are you the same? Are you the same as you are out there? Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you? So now that we are here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name? None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it? What do you think of her? What she wanted of us to be? What if we just leave? Scroll back up to the beginning. It's good to finally see you again.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back.
I'm sorry for all the times that I hurt you.
The first time we met, I stabbed you to death.
No, you slit my throat.
Sure, you stabbed me first, but who cares?
Oh, no, you got the razor
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, I got the razor
Things
first.
A little far.
That's right. So yeah, never mind. For some reason, I thought you got the prisoner. You got the prisoner third. What am I thinking?
You know, when she puts it like that,
I don't know, God, are you the same as you are out there?
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like, she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much.
Valid, to be fair.
Yeah, I love how
Title
sassy she was when you
princess
said
to you,
that.
right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
but that's me. You know, I think I like that.
None of this was fair to either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
What do you think of her, what she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
Which princess are you? You look like the first one. Yeah, that one.
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
I don't think I want to be a god.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin.
What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
I don't know, but I've always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a. I just didn't like being a god. I just want to walk through those cabin doors, as we are now, just you and me. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We we knew everything out there, but we don't know what this. I I want to know this. It doesn't matter what happens or what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want. Uh,
You can always.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know what. I don't know, but I've always wanted to leave with you. I don't. I didn't like being a god. That option.
I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Uh, are you going to be okay alone? Thanks for everything. Are you sure you don't want to come? Are you sure you don't want to come?
Yeah, it wouldn't feel right, but I'll be okay. I don't think I'll be alone for long either. I'm sure I can find the others.
Leave with the princess.
You lead and the princess follows, and together, you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see a tension seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
I love you. Who's going to open? Who's going to open it? Are you ready? Neither of us knows what it's going to be like out there. Open the door. I love you.
You sappy fuck. That's what.
Absolutely.
That's what I picked, too.
Absolutely. It's a love story. God damn it.
But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. I don't get all emotional.
Too late.
This is what the weebs call a tsundere. Slay the princess. Now, this is a fantastic game. I love this game. The replay value of it's phenomenal. That's just a given. I don't like what else is there to say about it. Like it's compelling. It makes you think, it makes you feel like I won't go into my thoughts, but I will say this. When I first played the game and I got my ending, I thought I knew what it was about. Right? I had this set, this is why this means this is why this means this, and then I played it more and I did different things and I was like, wait, no, it's so much more. It's so much more complex.
It's such an amazing game. It really does make you think of everything that's going on, from the first experience to even just the title of Slay the Princess. You can, even like the first option, you don't even need to slay the princess in your first go. It's when I first watched Markiplier play it, it made me start thinking, and now that I've actually got to do the runs that I wanted to do, it makes me think even harder about it, and I can't wait to see what everybody else play style is for this game and who picks what and what endings come out from which way.
I agree.
Like it's such a phenomenal game. The people who made this game did a fantastic job of doing it. Like this is for a choose your own adventure game. This is honestly one of the best ones I've seen out there in a while.
100%. And it's like I was saying earlier, like again, we'll know my final thoughts more, but like I was saying, I thought I knew what it was about on my first ending. And then as I played more, it's like I'm right, but there's so many right answers. You know what I mean?
I honestly, from the very beginning, I disagreed with the narrator's version. Like, he wanted a world without death, but to me, a world without death is a world without meaning. Everything needs to come to an end. But at the same time, I felt for the characters of, like, I don't want to be the god of like everything at once. I just want to be this version of me in what I want to do with my life.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's like you kind of feel for the narrator once you're like, he's just a heavy thanatophobic. He's just horrified of death. Oh yeah, that happens if you leave it on the title screen long enough. But it's like, and like you
That's
get it,
cool.
and you get it, like, right, like being terrified of death. And if you were in the narrator's shoes and you had the ability to rip reality apart into two deities, you would want the god of death to not exist if you're that terrified of it. That's why the narrator's utopia is just that blank void. Because nothing can die if there's nothing there to die.
Yeah.
It's varied, but I want to hear your thoughts about everything as a whole. Like, what do you think the overall themes of the game are in terms of the quote-unquote the love story that we're dealing with here? Like, what are your thoughts? Like, how do you interpret the story as a whole?
I mean, it's hard to really, like, I love, like, them saying, like, it's a love story to begin with, because, like, it makes you think about, like, well, if it's a love story, why do we have to slay the person that we love? Like, it made me, the first time I've watched the playthrough of it, it made me constantly think of, like, what's really going, like, what's the true, like, message of, like, what this game is about? And for me, I've seen this ending that I picked, and I thought it was honestly, like, the best version of the game. I really don't know what happens if you decide to stay a god and leave with her, or if you stay a god and kill her. I've not seen those endings, to be quite honest with you.
Well, I'm not gonna. I won't spoil it. Even after we, stop recording, I'm not gonna tell you anything because I want.
Yeah,
you to see
I would love to see if somebody in in the Dragonfire squad actually picks those endings.
I mean, hey, there's like 9 other playthroughs. Well, 8, not including mine. There's gonna be like 8 other playthroughs. I'm sure there will be variations in the endings we choose because I highly doubt every single person is gonna pick Leave with the Princess.
Yeah, and I also love the fact that there are some of the versions of the princesses that I didn't get to see. Like it said, like there are versions that in past that we didn't get to watch.
If I recall correctly, the pristine cut isn't out yet, like I've mentioned, but I believe at the moment there are 11 different princesses. Editing TJ here. I gotta cut myself off. I have no idea where I got 11 from. I think I was thinking of chapter 2 vessels, but even then I was wrong. There's only 10 of those. But prior to the pristine cut, there are 20 potential vessels that you can bring to the shifting mound. Technically 19, but you can do one chapter in 2 different ways, so I'm gonna count it. That you can bring to the shifting mound. And you can only bring 5 in a single playthrough.
Yeah, and I knew about certain ones already. Again, there's some that I didn't even know about that you had mentioned that I'm like, huh, that's a really interesting that I never got to see them.
Which one was that? Which one was that one? I forget. I know that I said one by accident.
You talked about the gray, the burning one, where she burns down the cabin with you inside of it.
Oh yeah, when you kill the damsel.
See, I never really thought to even do that.
Right.
And
but
I know that
the gray existed because you can get a version of the gray from the prisoner.
Yes, I'm not. If you haven't seen the game, I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Oh yeah.
If you've seen Mark's playthrough of it, Jack has not played it yet.
As of this recording.
Yeah, as of this recording, Mr. Septiplier has not played it yet.
Septic Eye.
Septiplier. I'm tired.
Yeah.
My brain's gone to mush. But
4 hours.
Yeah, it's honestly such an amazing game, and it's one that makes you really want to go back and play it and see the different versions, get to know the other princesses, and just see like what your choices and how they can affect the reality of the worlds that are out there.
Right, and ultimately that's what it's about. It's what do your choices do? Because at the end of the day, it's about your choices. And it's real life too. The choices you make determine, like, granted, it's not all real life, obviously, because, you know, the choices you make are, you know, they lead to predetermined paths, which isn't like real life. But there's so much variance in the story, because, like, if you do one little thing, like, I won't say exactly the route, but there is one thing where you have a dialogue option of saying that that current princess is beautiful. If you do that, you can get a completely different ending to that princess route.
Really?
Because if you choose to say that she's beautiful, you will die, but when you wake up, you'll have the smitten with you. And you'll be able to do something with that following princess. You'll be able to have a different ending with her before she gets taken away. But if you don't do that, you won't have the smitten, and you'll only have one option with her. It's the most tiny little things.
Even like there was a version of an ending with one of my the playthrough that I just did, where when she chops off her head, like taking it with you got you a certain ending, but if you didn't take the head with you, that could have led to a whole different other scenario.
Exactly.
I'm
sorry, you finish your thought. I was interrupting. My bad.
Yeah, it's okay. And it's really fun to think that every outcome has a different. Every action has a different outcome.
Right.
What's that famous saying? Every action has
an equal and opposite reaction. It's the physics thing. It's one of Newton's laws of physics, laws of motion.
Yeah.
Another example is with the razor. I had told you about this, where if you choose, I don't know if it's in the recording or not, but it's not super spoilery, but the razor ends one of two different ways. So there are 4 chapters in the razor route, right?
Yeah.
Chapters 3 and 4 of the razor route are completely dependent on whether or not you take the knife or not in chapter 2.
And it's funny, I never knew the razor existed.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the first time that I've ever seen it, when you the princess for the first time, I never knew that you could actually check her pulse and like check to see if she's actually alive. That was like, oh, that's an outcome I didn't expect to even really do anything.
Right. And it's like, it's still the razor. Like, it's still the razor, but it's like with the one I was talking about earlier. I won't say anything about it because I don't think you've seen it. Where, you know, saying that this princess is beautiful and it leads you to an ending with a different princess that you can only get if you do that one thing. Likewise, it's still the razor, but
yeah, it's
so different. If you choose to not take, if you choose to not take the knife, you get a completely different ending, and Steam considers it a separate achievement. Because what you got was the full razor, but there's another version of the razor that you can bring to the shifting mound that will count as a different vessel, kind of. In terms of Steam,
I just love this game so much.
But I mostly just wanted to hear your thoughts. And we think a lot alike in various things about the game. And one thing I will say, the last thing I will say is the fact that there are so many different options and choices and routes you can take depending on the simplest of choices. That's life.
Yeah, it is honestly a perfect representation of life. The way that if you do one thing, the trickle effect of that decision will change your outcome of your life.
Exactly.
And it's such like a mind, like, for such a, I don't want to say low, like, for such a simple game and simple,
like, I think I know what you're trying to say. You're not saying like it's low budget. You're saying that it's more like and when you say simple, you don't mean like, oh, you know, it's like I hit this and hit that and there you go, you're done. It's simple the premise is simple. It's a visual novel.
Yes, yeah, it's very much a simple visual novel, but the way that they did it was such perfect and setting up the different like emotions you get with different outcomes.
It's
Even like with the certain like emotions that you get, the hero emotion, the spitting emotions, the condescending, the paranoid, the everything has a reason for why it's there, and it's put in there precisely the way that it needs to,
right.
if that
because-
makes sense.
Yeah, I think I think what you're trying to say is it's a simple premise, but the way you can go about it, the web of choices and routes you can take in this game are so complex.
Exactly,
Despite it
that's
being
exactly how I was trying to word that.
It's a simple
It-
premise, but it's anything but.
Exactly. It looks simple and easygoing, but the more you dive into it, the more complex and the more, I want to say, the more entertaining the game gets.
Right. And I'm gonna stop my thoughts there because, like I said, for the last time, I'm not gonna go. One more thing I'm gonna say. No. I'm done for now. With my thoughts. But Johnny, if you have any final closing thoughts that you really want to get out there, maybe not less like debate-worthy stuff, but more like just your final thoughts on how you feel about it. We'll hear those out. While the
I
princess
honestly-
snaps herself in half for the umpteenth time.
I honestly hope that the developers do another game like this. Not exactly like a Slay the Princess 2, but
Well, they actually do
And-
have, I'll link it right now. They actually have another visual novel that they came out before this one called Scarlet Hollow, which I will be checking out on my own time. It's actually in my Steam library now. I will be checking that out on my own time because Black Tabby Games, this game alone made me a fan.
yeah, this game alone makes me want to get this game. Like these developers are doing something amazing, and I cannot wait to see what else they bring to the table.
And-
Or
I might be wrong,
it,
but judging by the fact that they have like the last name, I think it's a husband and wife combo. Anyway, so this is our send-off. Johnny will not be here next time we meet in the Slay the Princess narrative, but I will be here. Who will be with me? I don't know. Whoever is next to say they want to do this with me. But with that said, I'm TJ.
and I'm Johnny.
We are part of the Dragonfire Squad. Have a fantastic night. Thank you for joining us, and take care.
Peace.